Okay, guys, this is the next video. If you're new here, drop a like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notification. So if I drop my next video or a video like this, you would be the first to get notified that I just did. Okay, so um, hang on. This is the next video that we are about to do on a trade update. This is a second trade update. We had two trade analysis during the weekend. That was on Sunday. Yeah. So, and these trades are playing out well. I did the first video, which I posted first, which is the one before this one. This one now that you're watching. And yeah, so this is the second one. That first one was a bit of a, because I took a loss, then I took a profit. But this one is massively in profit and we're still moving. Okay. So let's go and let's dive into it. So if you remember this trade, this is volatility 75 1S index. If you remember this trade, I did analysis on this trade. It was a quick analysis. I think it wasn't even up to 10 minutes video. It was a quick analysis. So this trade, what we saw here is on a Monday, expect sorry. On a Monday, we saw this market to be, although this market overall is on a downtrend, right? So we still have between this point and this point for the market. But now at this point, market is making some higher highs and higher lows. It's trending upwards, right? So from this point, it created a high, created a low, created a high above the high. So this was where we had the break of structure to the upside. So markets, we are looking at market between this point and this point. This is our trading range, right? So we're looking at market going back to the upside, maybe going back to this point or maybe this point. Well, regardless, that's what we're looking at. Okay. And again, if you want to watch it in this way, this is an order block, right? If market should come and mitigate this other block, like this is a partial mitigation though. So if market should come and mitigate it, we're talking about market moving from this low because this was the break of structure. If we're talking about market moving from this low into the area of trading, right? It shouldn't trend there, but by the presence of this alone, we see that market has trended there. So we're taking this to enter into the other block again before we can now see a change um, of direction on the market, right? A change of character to the downside. So on the 4 hours, let's dive deep in the 4 hour. But before we go down to the 4 hours, now this is the range we are trading between these points. We're looking for market to come anywhere within this point and take a trade and move. Now, this is the daily order block that we had. At this point, there's no fair value gap. If you say this one, this has been invalidated because of this, right? So we're looking at market still coming down to this point to trade, but we'll see why I took this market from this point. I'll show you guys why. So let's go to 4 hours. Now on the 4 hours, before market went all the way to this point, you notice the three breaks. It did this. Let me show you guys this. It did this from here, broke here, made an impulse move, a correction move, break here, made another impulse move. It actually did here too, but this is like the main break. Made another impulse move before moving down, before moving all the way up, right? So at this point now, we're looking at markets. Market started dropping into the zone. This was where we had a break of structure from, right? Or whatever. I think break of structure, change of character. At this point, we wouldn't say it's change of character. But you could still say it's change of character because, I mean, this was a downtrend before now. Yeah. So this was where we had our change of character point. Now, markets ran all the way into that place. Remember the rule, there was no trending structure to that zone. So this rule still applies in this point. So it came, this is a 4 hours order block area. It came here, tapped in on the 4 hours order block area, closed in as a morning star, a full read morning star. So if you notice, the first candle tapped in on the edge of the order block. Second candle came in and tapped at the middle of the order block, and the third candle gave a little push and rejected. Another thing that we will also look out for is 2 to 3 rejection confirmations on order block or fair value gap. You get, so we have this first one, second one, and the third one out. So my entry was here. That's why I said this one almost gave me a heart attack. But yeah, I mean, we're in it. So this is actually where my stop loss is at this point, just below this candle here, below the wick of the structure of the morning star structure, below the wick. So this market later gave me a little profit upward to this area, then came back to almost my stop loss area, and now you're back in profits again. So the trade is a 1:4. I just wanted to take my profits at this high here, right? I didn't want to get all the way to this point. So it's a 1:4 trade. We could see more um more areas to enter, like somewhere like something like this. We could see more areas to enter the market to keep on buying this market above. Do you understand? So we could see where to enter this market and trade it this way. But for the meantime, we haven't seen yet, and it could happen. If I let's break it down to a 1 hour. Let's see, because then we have we have a market give us this. The market gave us this break of structure of this at this point. Okay, I don't think the break of structure happened exactly there. I think I was mistaken it because my entry was just okay. So the break of structure happened on this particular candle. Or the break of structure, yeah. So I'll put a line there to indicate where we had the break. Yeah. So this was where we had the break on this particular move here. So in 1 hour, in 1 hour, this is what we had on 1 hour. Yes. So on 1 hour, this was the break we're looking for. On 1 hour, if I had seen this, I didn't see it. I got into this um, trade and I left the market. I always like to set and forget, just like one of my mentors, what do you call him? Alex G. Yeah, so he always used that term, set and forget. So I always like to set it and leave the market. So however the market plays out afterwards, I just don't want to know if it invalidates my setup, my analysis, then fine. I go check out why it invalidates my analysis and how best to now trade the market aside that. Do you get? So that's just how I view the market. So on 1 hour, we had this break of structure here, and the retest came in. If you notice, the retest came in, and this retest happened on this. There's a small fair value gap here that this market came to retest into and closed below, and then shifted, having this engulfing or this morning star pattern from here. So if I had seen this market, I probably would have also entered this market from this point, buying it upward. I would have done it. I would have actually bought this market again from here, from this point, because it's a very cool point to buy. Put it here, you could put your stop below this point, and your TP still remains the same area where I put my this thing, where I put my overall TP. So the first one is 1:3 or 1:4. The second one is 1:5 from 1 hour. So this 1 hour like gives you a more space, give you more space for your trade. Okay. So but it's cool. It's cool. I think it's a good one. So let's just watch out and see how this market, I'm still in profit anyways. So let's watch out and see how this market unfolds from this point to this point. Let's see. I think before Wednesday, it should already um it should already be here by Wednesday. Okay, so watch out for the next video. There is one more trade that I was analyzing and I was waiting for it to play out. I'm going to do the trade update in the next video. Okay, so watch out for the next video and drop a like comment and tell me what you think about the strategy, the setup. If you have a different bias, I would love to hear it. Okay. So you can always reach me on my Instagram or my TikTok. You can always reach me there. All right. So for now, see you guys and have a good one.